good evening, ladies and gentlemen from all over Africa and the African diaspora countries you may be connecting with us from. We welcome you to tonight's edition of our presentation on Lumi, the digital currency, the African coin that is, the vision is basically just to make Africa one in the African diaspora countries. So welcome everybody, and I hope that we'll enjoy ourselves learning and expanding our minds to this revolution. Just before we start, I would really love for you to tell us in the chat box where you are connecting with us from. And yes, before we just start, and another thing is that once the session starts, let's make sure that we are all muted. If you there may be a question that may arise as the presentation is going, you are more than welcome to type your question in the chat box. Then we will be able to answer that question as best as we can in the chat box. Otherwise, at the end of the presentation, we will also give you a chance to pose your questions by unmuting yourself. So for now, let's just make sure our mics are muted so that we do not have echoes as we go along, so it disturbs the flow of our session. On that note, I would like to hand over to Moa for the presentation. Over to you, Moa.
Thank you very much, Palisa. Thank you, everyone who's joining us from all places in the world. We will be introducing Lumi Digital Currency. It's a shorter version because we want to now focus on other things that are important, such as demonstrating what is this Lumi doing for us. Now we will cover those 4 aspects, importantly showcase those selling in Lumi. We really do want to spend more time listening to you during Q&A. So we will really want you to do Q&A, participate in this one. Now, just to kick off, Africa has 6 regional economic communities: North, West, Central, East, and South. Now, the 6th one is the diaspora. And the diaspora is the one that is championing this particular project. And we are presenting Africa as now. Africa's time is now. And the next slides are telling us of a great opportunity for a reset for Africa, as led by ECO6 under the leadership of His Royal Highness Chief Timothy McPherson, and State of African Diaspora under Prime Minister Louis Eswatini, and African Kingdoms Federation after Her Imperial Majesty Queen Sheba III. And the chief is on the left, and he's with Chairman His Excellency Kwate. And the head of State of African Diaspora is Dr. Louis Eswatini. He is also head of Secretariat of the ECO6. He serves as Prime Minister of SOWAT. And Her Imperial Majesty Queen Sheba III, who was interviewed on South African media, SABC and Newsroom Africa. We can share those details if you want. Importantly, Lumi Digital Currency is a currency.
Excuse me, Moa. Sorry to disturb you, but it seems like there was somebody who shared along with you, and we can't see your slide.
Okay, I'm gonna. You want me to reshare, ne? Right? I'm gonna stop right away and reshare. And if perhaps we could avoid taking the right for me. I see somebody has taken that right from me. Okay, yeah, if we could just make sure you don't take the right of presentation from me, because it kicks me out automatically. Thank you very much for cautioning and interjecting, Palisa. Now, we were still saying that the Queen was interviewed on SABC and Newsroom Africa. Am I back? Yeah?
Yes, you're back. Yeah. We can see the screen now.
Yeah. Now, Lumi Digital Currency is a currency that has adopted Lumi as issued by the Maroon States in Akompong. Let's go please read about Akompong, because it represents an important piece of history of resistance and revolt against slavery in the 1800s. And Akompong launched their own currency and they called it Lumi. Lumi being a word coming from the word luminous, which is basically symbolizing the sun. Check the word in the dictionary, luminous, what it means. It has nothing to do with Illuminati. And this is currency backed by solar energy. Now, 1st October 2020, State of African Diaspora adopted Lumi, but in its digital form. So the future is digital. We're not going back to hard cash. Now, let's hear the bigger picture and vision behind this Lumi digital currency.
Our sun. It has been burning for over 4.5 billion years, and yet it is still less than halfway through its life. Worshipped by many civilizations and religions, it is the enabler and sustainer of all life on our world. The great continent of Africa. Truly, it is the cradle of life on our planet, and today it is home to many people and cultures. Bathed in sunlight, its jungles, deserts, mountains and plains have given rise to, and support, a rich diversity of wildlife. Africa is also rich in precious metals, minerals and agricultural resources, which have given rise to the wealth of industries and nations. But this wealth has not been wholly to the benefit of the nations of Africa, as this excerpt, from a speech by Bart Williams, from Sierra Leone, suggests.
One thing that keeps me puzzled, despite having studied finance and economics at the world's best universities, the following question remains unanswered. Why is it that 5,000 units of our currency is worth 1 unit of your currency, where we are the ones with the actual gold reserves?
With all its mineral wealth, plus the abundance of daily sunlight, Africa has the ability to become an economic powerhouse. And this starts with creating a unifying, global non-fiat currency, one with real intrinsic value. Introducing the African Kingdom's Lumi, a non-fiat digital currency that is underwritten by an established unit value, equating to 100 kilowatt-hours of solar energy, at a market value equal to 0.2592 grams of gold, which equates to $15.96 per AK Lumi. The AK Lumi is classic money with the following features. 1. It is a store of value. 2. It is a unit of account. And 3. It is a medium of exchange. It is interesting to note that the most valuable currencies in the world are not the US dollar or the euro, but the Kuwaiti dinar, the Bahraini dinar, and the Omani. This is because these semi-fiat currencies are underpinned by a correlation between their monetary policies and their hydrocarbon-based economies. The AK Lumi, being underpinned by gold and/or renewable solar energy, thus abandons the fiat currency system altogether and establishes its value as a premium currency on the global market, whilst restoring real value to African monetary policy. On the 1st of August 2019, the Economic Community of States, Nations, Territories and Realms of the African Diaspora 6th Region, or ECO6, was established by treaty and ratified by its member states. The ECO6 has become the second largest African institution in the world, after the African Union. The establishment of the ECO6 enables the African diaspora community to actively participate in the economic transformation, trade integration, and emancipation of continental Africa at a global level. The introduction of the AK Lumi as a single global African currency will stimulate unprecedented economic growth and the elimination of debt. As of April 2021, the AK Lumi was being used in some 142 countries, and by the beginning of 2022, it is expected that the adoption and use of the digital currency will become global. The AK Lumi will not only unite Africans across the continent and throughout the diaspora, but will also give them the financial freedom and respect that has been unrighteously usurped for too long. The economic revolution has already begun, and it will ultimately foster enhancements in business, international trade, employment, quality of life, education, health services, technology, communications and transportation. And so the goal of a prosperous Africa, built by Africans, for Africans, can finally be realized. The African Kingdom's Lumi, bringing unity, self-determination, financial freedom, growth, prosperity and the elimination of debt to all people of Africa.
Now, this is an opportunity for us to invite all Africans and African-owned enterprises, and this includes NGOs, churches, it includes businesses, cooperatives, community-based organizations in the continental Africa and those in the diaspora, as long as one is 18 years and above, to register by applying for a free account on Swifin platform. The application is free of charge as an individual or as an enterprise. After you have applied, you qualify to receive 6.2 Lumi, an equivalent of $100 on a monthly basis on the 28th of each month until October 2023. And financial support is also available in the form of credit amounting to 10,000, equivalent of $10,000 available to those who are registered as entities, as enterprises, as companies, as merchants. And over and above that, we are given an opportunity to access the online marketplace, which basically is saying, Africans, can we have an exclusive market where Africans are trading with Africans? But let's build this from the locality and up to the global level, where you can market your products for free, where you can also sell and transact like it happens in other online platforms. This is a powerful opportunity for marketing for free. Now, the 6.2 Lumi, is it free money? It's not free money. It is a budget that was allocated for marketing, and 5.3% of the entire available budget was then they decided to subdivide it among Africans who, like me, will go around talking about Lumi. So it's not free money. It's budget for marketing. Now, how to register myself?
Okay, how to register myself? It's easy. Simply download Swifin app on your Play Store. When you download it from your Play Store, it will be that icon that is appearing on the screen right now, a green horn in the background of gold. And then if you are maybe using a laptop or another device besides your phone where you don't want to download, you can also go to the website on your web browser. You can type it's platform.swifin.com, and then you will select register. And then we also advise people before they do that, they make sure that they shoot or they take a photo of their ID, the front part of your ID and the back of your ID card. If you are like us in South Africa, where some people are still using ID books, the front part will be the part where your face is showing, and the back you can just shoot the cover of your ID. And then you will also be required to take a selfie where you will be holding your ID just next to your face. Just make sure that it is legible, that you can see that the person who's holding that ID is actually the person showing, the actual holder of the ID as well. And then once that is done, then you will just follow the screen. Then wherever you will be prompted to attach those documents, then you will just attach them. And then towards the end of your registration on the Swifin platform, you will be prompted to enter the name of the person who has referred you to the platform. In this case, if say for example I spoke to you and you want to come in, then it means then I will give you my Swifin ID number, and you will insert that at the end. It's a long number, string of numbers. It's about 14 to 16, I think 16 numbers, and the name of the person who has referred you. And then upon registration, after that, you will now be registered. However, your registration will be pending until it is approved on the system, and the approval takes about a week to 2 weeks. And now, because of the number of people registering on the system, it may take a little bit longer. So we are prompted also now, we are urged to be patient. However, what is important is that even if our registration is still pending, we will still be able to receive our 6.2 limits that are due to us on a monthly basis. But your usage of those coins will be limited until your registration is actually approved fully on the system.
Thank you very much, Palisa. Now, importantly, after registration, it is highly recommended that we first empower ourselves through several courses on offer, both free and at a cost, because we are not just dealing with a currency. This is not just a currency. There needs to be a big mental shift, because there is just much bigger things behind this Lumi. And as you've seen in the video earlier on. Now, one of the first courses we recommend is that you use your 3 AK Lumi after you've been given the first 6.2 Lumi. Take 3 and register for a course on courses.catamazing.com. Select NetFirm training program for family consultants. It's only 3 Lumi. You select Lumi when you get to that link. If you want the link, I will just put it on the chat. Now, importantly, we want to showcase some of the services and products in Lumi, because our African brothers and sisters are already in this space and doing some work on that. And we are quite honored to have Mel Lumba, who's based in Zambia. She's in Lusaka now, who's going to speak to the next slide.
Good evening. Can I go ahead? I missed the last thing that you said, Mo.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everybody from Africa and the Caribbean and wherever you may be in the world. I'm currently in Lusaka, but I'm advertising my lodge in Chienge. Chienge is in the northeastern part of Zambia. It's about 1,200 kilometers north of Lusaka, which is the capital city. It's a rural area, and we are on the border with the Congo. And we have on the border of the district about 120 kilometers of beach bordering the lake, which is called Lake Mweru, which we share with the Congolese. It's a beautiful place. It's still, I would say, very much virgin land. You can see some of the pictures there Mo is showing you. Chienge is well known for fish, for agriculture. We have rice, we have palm oil, we have salt. Actually, there's a lot of salt in the underground, and Chienge actually means a place of salt. So in many areas, we are actually mining the salt traditionally, but there are options for those who are interested in investment. You can come in and start a salt making factory. We also have minerals, very fertile lands. So those who are into agribusiness, there are definitely opportunities for you. We are lucky to have a portion of land right next to the lake, and this is where we have situated our lodge. We are offering accommodation, which may be payable in Lumi. We are charging 5 Lumi per night. If you stay in a week, you can get 1 night or 1 or 2 nights paid in Lumi for the accommodation only, but all meals and other services, we have laundry services, we have Wi-Fi, DSTV, all that comes in as a package deal. So if you need any other services, meals and so on, we'd ask you to pay in the local currency, which is Zambian kwacha. This is important because we still need to pay our
Lost Lumba.
Yeah, I think we lost her a bit there.
Yes, she is audible.
Yeah. I think she was, I hope she'll come back now. But I think she's saying it's important to pay in local currency on other services because they still have to take care of other costs such as paying labor, replenishing the stock, and getting services and products from those that are secured in fiat. Yeah, we will. I'm not sure how long will she be disrupted.
Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, the internet is not very good today. So, yes, as I was saying, why we are, am I still there? Why we are charging the rooms only in Lumi and not all the services is because we have other operational costs and statutory obligations that have to be paid in Zambian kwacha. And we have not yet reached an agreement with the Bank of Zambia where Lumi and the Zambian kwacha can be interchangeable. Once that happens, then I'm sure we'll be able to provide, I'm sure most of the cost in Lumi. So if anybody is coming to our part of the country and you're looking for accommodation, you're most welcome. We will give you a very warm welcome. We'll take you around. We'll help you. If you want to cross over into the Congo, there's a town called Mpweto, which is about 20 kilometers from where we are located. We can always arrange a trip for you to go into the Congo at a fee and take you around. So it's a beautiful place. Once you come there, I promise you, you won't want to get back to wherever you're coming from. So we are most welcome, and I hope many of us here can get some ideas from us and also start selling their goods and services in Lumi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melumba, for that. And we have other products available in partial Lumi, partial fiat, teas, coffee, and capsules, slimming capsules, libido, fertility, available at 150 to 200 per packet, or that is an equivalent of 0.9 AK Lumi, and this is a South African 100% organic product. You can send a WhatsApp to that number. Alternatively, you can inquire from me. Wakana Estate, we've been advertising them. They are also offering accommodation that is only 3.7 AK Lumi per night. It is based in Malinza, 7 kilometers from the King Mswati III International Airport, and that's their number. Now, as this space is reserved for you, for your promo, send us a WhatsApp and we are going to be continuing to advertise. Importantly, a standing invitation for all interested to join a virtual global summit hosted by Her Imperial Majesty the Queen Sheba III, 6 p.m. every Monday, South African time. We'll share those details if you would like to join us. Announcements.
Okay, on our announcements tonight, we are informing our guests tonight that our next online meeting will be tomorrow. We're going to be hosting our fourth Sunday Summit. It will be the 1st of August, 2021, under the theme Lumi Digital Currency, Building of Local Economy Ecosystems. We will be having guests from SWAT, and very, very soon we'll have guests from Zambia as well. So we will be hosting that session from 7 p.m. South African time. Just make sure that in your own time zone, that it will be 7 p.m. South African time where we are currently located, and if and just check your time zone that we can be able to connect with us at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Additionally, those who are registered for NetFem course, please note that if you are registered, there's a practical online workshop on the 9th of August. Please attend this workshop because it's going to really show us the practicalities of what we are learning there. You just need to do the first day course for you to qualify to attend the 9th. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are available on social media. How to make Lumi work for you. Go to lumi.africa/CLUMICity. And we are also recording the sessions. We can be searched in YouTube. We also share the links. Thank you very much. It is time to hand over back to you, Ceci Palisa. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that informative session. As always, more. We are very grateful for that. To our guests tonight, this is our time now to pose any questions that we may have. You may unmute yourself and pose your question, or if you have a comment or something that you would like to say, you are welcome to do so. Otherwise, you are also welcome to use the chat box to ask any question, to make any comments. Okay, right now in the chat box, I can see Andy, and greeting to everyone from Trinidad and Tobago. Greetings to you as well. Melumba, who has just been presenting to us. Greetings from Zambia, but we heard that she's in Lusaka currently. Okay, there was a question from Mepabalo saying she's interested in investing in salt. And thank you, Melumba, you have just answered that question. Now, if there are any questions, okay, there's a question from Irene. Can I have a link to register for the course, please? Paste the link to the NetFem course in the chat box, so that everyone in the room can be able to connect and be able to register as well. Okay, we are still in the Q&A session. If there is anybody in the room who would like to have a say, this is your chance to do so. There's nothing in the chat box so far. Okay, we're still in we're still in time, so we're about 7:33 South African time. Okay, there's a question from.
Good evening, everyone. I'm from South Africa, Johannesburg. My question is, I want to know where can I go and collect the money here in Johannesburg? That is my question.
Thank you, Mildred. Okay. When you register on the platform, I saw that there was another question in the chat box saying, does one have to have the app and as well as connect maybe via the website straight? Okay, answering that question, you can have them both, because sometimes when you've got a phone, you're not even if you have a phone, but you can access the Swift platform either via the application that you will have downloaded. Otherwise, you can always go to the website, like on the web browser. You go straight to the website. So you can have both. You can use either one of them at any given moment. Now, after you've registered on the Swift platform, you will get you will be registered in the system. So in other words, every month on the 28th of every month, that's when you will get your money. Your money will be sent through straight to your account. So you won't have to go to any physical place for you to be able to access or to get your money. So your money will be in your account that you will have created on the system platform. So in accessing that, it's like you're accessing your bank account. So it's like a digital bank, bank account that you will be having. So you have access to your funds at any given moment. So you will have your PIN and whenever you go into or log into your account, your Swift platform, you're going to be prompted on the system to enter your username, and then that you will have created when you registered, and then the password that you will also have created as well. So that will give you access to your funds. That's it. I'm not sure if that has answered your question.
Hello?
Hello, Mashekwa, good evening.
How are you this evening?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Yes, I have a simple question.
Okay.
I have been with Lumi for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been a member for 4 months from April, so to say. I just came across now, I think a few days ago, about the Swifting. Does that mean that one needs to be to also open an account for Swifting, or the Lumi account is okay? And can I have a clarification? Because the clarification I got was the Swifting is a bank, the Lumi is a currency. Okay, maybe I need a clarification there.
Yes, Lumi is a digital currency.
Yes.
Swifting is the platform through which you get access to our funds. I'm not sure if I'm answering the question. More if you may come in there, maybe my answering is not clear enough, or anybody in the room.
Thank you, Mr. Mashekwa. Lumi Digital Currency is administered and paid through the Swifting platform. So if you have been registered on Swifting platform, you are receiving Lumi. Now, the Swifting platform itself, when you say download the app, you're downloading it from Play Store, and that app is Swifting app, and that is basically the same app that gives you access to Lumi. So there's no difference.
Right. So I have the Lumi app, the Lumi app, where I have registered and everything. That's so there's no need to open the Swifting.
No. You are. So Swifting is the one that is payment gateway for Lumi.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then again, on the I didn't really get it clearly on how to enroll someone, because I think it was done in the first time I was enrolling myself. I missed that presentation. I don't know how best I can get it.
If you allow me, Palisa, do you want me to quickly demonstrate it?
Please, more.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and quickly. Maybe let's get other questions. I'm gonna just quickly demonstrate it now. But let's go back to see if there's other questions.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if there is anyone in the room who has another question or maybe something that you need clarity on, while Moa is still connecting, so that you can be able to demonstrate to us on the platform. Is anyone in the room with a question?
Hi, can I just say something?
Okay,
I think what we are finding is common is that the people who are introducing new members, some of them are not explaining properly to the new members what Swifting is about, what Lumi is about, and so on. They're just doing it very quickly for the person, and then they sort of like disappear, and the person is left with this account and they don't quite know what to do with it. I'm finding a lot of people coming up with this kind of complaint. So really, the person who has referred you and introduced you is supposed to take you through the process, because they know what it's about, or they should know. However, this is why we have set up the WhatsApp groups, to try and help people to learn more about it. And we have every, I believe, Sunday and Monday, we have Zoom meetings where you can learn more about the Lumi, about Eco6, about SWIFTing, about African Kingdoms Federation, and find out exactly what is this all about. There's a much bigger picture than this stimulus which is coming through. This is just a small part of it. We also have websites. I'll try and put some of the websites in the chat. Please make an effort to go in your own free time, go to these websites and read and see what's there. It will give you a lot of information which maybe you might not get through these short meetings that we are holding online. Thank you.
Can I go ahead, Parisa?
Yes, Moa?
Just to demonstrate, but the demonstration should be preceded by what Melumba was just saying now. We cannot just register people without getting them to know the basics. That's why we are trying to do these meetings. It is extremely important. Now, to register, you get into your own app and you come to register. Can we see that? Am I sharing my screen?
Wait, no, you're not sharing yet.
Okay, I'm gonna share right away. Apologies for that. Now, you should be seeing my screen coming up now. Yes?
Yes, we can see.
Good. Now, I just logged into my account, and this is my account. Now, on the dashboard, you'll find register new user. That's where you go, and you click that. But before you do this, before you even start with this process, you must have told people what is Lumi. It is a digital currency. But what's the purpose and the vision of Lumi? Where does it come from? For what purpose is it for? What are the programs that are accompanying Lumi? What is ECO6? What is State of the African Diaspora? And what is the African Kingdoms Federation? And what are the projects of these particular entities? That is important because people otherwise just quickly think this is cash money to cash. And this is not really about cashing. It's an instrument to enable Africa's development. Now, you either come to individual, you select that, register new user, you either come to individual or business account. Let's say individual, you come in here and you basically go through and you fill the form. You have to fill all the asterisks. If you don't fill asterisks, it's gonna not go through. You put in the number using your international code, the cell number, and after that you enable it. It's reported that it's better to even use the laptop or computer to register a new person. Put the addresses and select the country where this person is from, such as South Africa as an example, and go on. And username, you select the username, and it's an individual account. If it's individual, you leave it as individual, or if it's an agent, as an agent, and so on and so forth. You upload all the things that Parisa talked about, the images. You go through, and on member institution, you put SWIFTing. Always we put SWIFTing. And you continue with this, and you put in the SWIFTing number. It's a 16-digit number of somebody who has introduced you. And after you've done all these things, you assign password and you save. But it's important, do not go through this process without explaining to somebody what is it that we are talking about, because it then creates a lot of confusion. Thank you. Let me leave it there.
Thank you very much, Moa. I just realized that there was something that I did not also clarify in terms of one registering for the first time on the platform. You can register as an individual, and you can also register as a business. Now, when you register as a business, for example, maybe you've got a company, you've got an NGO, just like Moa had presented earlier on, you can register as a business as well. When you register as a business, you will obviously be required to submit documentation that proves that you have a business that is running. I think they will require you to also provide your address, proof that you have a business as well. And then when registering as a business, you also stand a chance of you can get a loan of up to 10,000 US dollars worth of Lumis, that you can also now use to stimulate your business, to grow your business as well. And that loan is interest free. you will pay it without interest. So this is also another very good opportunity for our businesses to grow as well. So I just wanted to clarify that as well. Thank you. If there are any other questions, let me just check in the chat box. Okay, there are no other questions. I think this is on the chat is the different links for the various places where we can get more information in terms of Hello, Chris. Let's start with Chris first.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to find out. I hear you talk about when you register as an organization or business, you get a loan. You said US dollars. Does it come in dollars or in Lumi?
Okay, thank you for that question. It comes in Lumi, but the Lumis are worth 10,000 US dollars. It comes in Lumi. It will be in Lumis, yes.
Okay, thanks.
But it's not automatic, ne?
Yes.
You have to apply.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, I think it was Ru. I'm not sure if it was you. Okay.
Yes, it was me. Good evening.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, do you have any documentation that you have, you guys, so that we can read more about this program, so that we really understand what we're talking about?
I think on the various sites, and I'm not unless if maybe I'm not aware, but when I normally go on the websites and check all the information from there and attending with the different summits. I also get my information from there because if I can't go, like if you can check in the chat box, there are different websites that Melu has just provided that you can go onto and get more information in terms of what it's all about, the various courses, the ecosystem, how we are trying to build an ecosystem, or how we can build ecosystems within the areas that we will live in, how we can go about doing that. As you've just seen now I've seen now in the session that Melumba and other businesses have already now started to accept Lumi as part of their transacting for the business. One part Lumi, one part the fiat currency of that particular country. So the aim here is to start conscientizing more of us, especially in terms of businesses. If I have Lumi and I have nowhere to buy my goods for anywhere. No way I can buy with that Lumi. Then this is an opportunity for us to create those the ecosystem, to say, let's approach our businesses to say, this is what we are building. Please, let's grow this ecosystem that we can eventually use Lumi free. If I go to the shop now, I can buy with Lumi. If I go anywhere, I can buy with Lumi without worrying about it. So please use the website to get more info. And I think in attending more of the summits, especially the Monday summit, on Monday at 6 p.m. And there we've got dignitaries who give us a lot of information. So, and there are also there's the Telegram, there's also WhatsApp. More, I'm going to ask you to please, if you've got the link to the Telegram as well, to post it in the chat box, so that you can also be a part of the community. So the more we engage with other people who are already in the space, the more information we get.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any other questions, we're about 10 minutes to 8 now. We normally end at 7:45, but it's still fine. Okay, there are no questions in the chat box as we speak. In the absence of anything, Melumba, please, your closing remarks for tonight's session.
Yeah, I just wanted to encourage everybody. This is a new currency that just came into the continent recently. The Lumi itself, I think, was started in 2018. It originated from Accompong, which is a territory within Jamaica. And the whole idea of this movement is to encourage unity amongst Africans wherever they are, whether they are on the continent or they are out there in the diaspora. The assumption that we should be divided by borders or by languages of colonizers has to come to an end. Our friends have European unions, they have Asian unions. We really need to make our African Union and the diasporans are part of this. We have to make it practical. We have to cut out these borders, let people move freely. I should be able to make links with people in South Africa, Tanzania, Nigeria, wherever, and trade at an advantage to all of us as Africans. If we put all our resources together in Africa, we can be the richest continent, we can be the richest race. But we have secluded ourselves into isolation zones based on our countries, and that needs to end. I think some of you may know that we used to have a Pan-African currency, which was called the WAPTA, for the preferential trade area. This included Eastern and Southern and Central Africa. And we had WAPTA currency where if you buy the WAPTA notes and you are in this region, for instance, as a Zambian, you can go to Tanzania and change that money and buy anything in Tanzania. You can go to Zimbabwe, Malawi, and so on. It was an excellent initiative, but somehow it didn't last. And I think one of the reasons why it didn't last is it had no backing behind it. Whereas the Lumi is backed by solar energy. The solar energy that we have, the sun, it is now possible to harness it, change it into solar energy and sell it for money. And this is what is backing the Lumi. And that's why the Lumi is so strong, because where else do we get the most sun than in Africa? This is where the sun is found. And so we have access to the sun. Our friends have times of the year when they don't see the sun, in winter and so on. But here, the sun is ours, right from North Africa right down to South Africa. So we are actually in a very special place, and we have to make use of this solar energy, which is also good for the climate. You all know that we are in trouble now with the climate changes because of the emissions into the atmosphere. So this is why the Lumi has to come through and help us. The pound, the dollar will not make us rich. Let us use the Lumi to make ourselves rich, to empower communities. It's not about one person getting rich. It's the whole African and diasporan community that needs to be uplifted out of poverty. So I encourage you to continue, be patient, learn as much as you can, and go home tonight asking one question. What can I do to make this reality come true? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melunda. Moa, your closing remarks?
Powerful words right there, Melumba. Powerful closing remarks. Thank you so much for enriching the session. Thank you, Palisa, for giving me an opportunity. My last remarks. Tomorrow we have a Sunday summit. It's the fourth one in the row. Every Sunday now we want to open up and have this meeting taking a different shape. Now we have guests who are coming to share with us some of their wealth of experience. These are successful entrepreneurs who have achieved success in what they are talking about. Now, the very simple focus of this summit for now is how can we help individuals who are recipients of Lumi in their locality? How can we help them, share ideas with them to start local ecosystems? In other words, how can we help you trade with someone else locally and empower yourself so that you actually become, viable at the locality? And this is the very focus. In future, Palisa said we will have a Zambian successful entrepreneur. He is a successful person in that space. He's coming to share with us practical ideas on how he has managed to achieve what he is achieving. That's an important summit. Please join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. South African time, and the times are different depending on where you're coming from. We deeply appreciate those who are joining us. If you've joined us several times, please note that these meetings are really meant to help those that are newly registered. So please, those that you invite, you invite to join Lumi, please invite them. This meeting on Thursday and on Saturday, it's meant really, really for them, because we are sharing basics about Lumi. I appreciate this time that you've given us, and I hand back to you, Balisa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mo. Thank you, Melumba. Thank you, everyone who has taken the time to be with us tonight. Let us come again tomorrow. Let us invite more of our people to come in and also learn about this revolution. On that note, good evening, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Stay safe.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thank you very much.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.